Hey folks, it's January 16th, 2025, and today we've got some major news breaking out of the Middle East. Let's dive right in. Israel and Hamas have just reached a crucial ceasefire agreement, mediated by Qatar, the US, and Egypt. This deal includes a 42-day pause in fighting. During this time we'll see the release of Israeli hostages including civilians, female soldiers, children, the elderly, and the sick. In return, Israel will release Palestinian prisoners. But it's not all smooth sailing. The Israeli cabinet delayed its vote to ratify the agreement, citing last-minute demands from Hamas. Hamas, on the other hand, denies changing its demands and claims it's committed to the truce. Political tensions are high in Israel. The religious Zionist party, a key player in Netanyahu's coalition, is threatening to quit if the war doesn't resume after the initial ceasefire. This could potentially collapse the government. Meanwhile, opposition leader Yair Lapid has offered conditional support to Netanyahu, which might just save him for now. The international community, including the UN and the EU, has welcomed the ceasefire and called for its full implementation. There's a strong emphasis on the need for a permanent end to the conflict and increased humanitarian aid to Gaza. Speaking of the humanitarian crisis, aid agencies like the UNRWA, UNICEF, WFP, and Red Cross are calling for urgent and expanded access to Gaza. The war has led to severe food shortages, a lack of medical care, and massive displacement. Despite the ceasefire announcement, Israeli airstrikes continued, resulting in at least 81 Palestinian deaths in just 24 hours. The overall death toll from this 15-month war is estimated to be over 70,000. The first phase of the hostage release will see 33 people freed, including several Americans. 3 female hostages are expected to be released on Sunday, with subsequent releases every 7 days, prioritizing women, children, and the sick. The Biden administration had a hand in this deal, showcasing unprecedented cooperation between the Biden and Trump teams. Both sides have claimed credit for the agreement. The second and third phases of the deal, which include terms for a permanent ceasefire and Gaza reconstruction, will be negotiated during the initial 42-day truce. There have been protests in Israel against the ceasefire, with some objecting to the release of Palestinian prisoners. Lastly, a sad note, the director of the Independent Commission for Human Rights in Gaza, Rafat Salha, has died from injuries sustained in an earlier Israeli airstrike. That's the latest on the Israel-Hamas ceasefire and hostage deal. Stay tuned for more updates, and as always, stay informed.